Hello everyone. Today we are going to be quickly discussing few ideas, few strategies to make sure that whenever you're running an influencer marketing or a digital marketing social media campaign using social media influencers, there are a few quick points that you can keep in mind to ensure that you have a successful campaign from both from a digital agency or a digital marketer's point of view and from the brand's point of view. So there are a lot of complaints, a lot of issues, a lot of concerns which brands have expressed of late across a lot of online platforms. When you look at social media influencer marketing campaigns, majority of the concerns that brands have constantly expressed revolve around the fact that once the campaign is over, they immediately see a drop in the number of followers, they immediately see a drop in the number of likes or reshares or comments with respect to the engagement in real time with the page. Now, most of the time, what happens is if as a brand you are hiring or running a digital marketing social media influencer marketing campaign, generally what we have observed is brands are in a hurry. So the first and foremost thing that I would like to share is take your time when it comes to running an influencer marketing campaign. Genuinely take enough proper time to plan and make sure that the influencers that you're actually hiring to run your digital campaign are directly connected with your brand or your industry one way or the other. Yeah, so I thought I'll quickly share a few ideas that you can keep in mind when you're running a campaign which is influencer marketing for your brand or your organization and industry. First of all, what I would suggest is if you are a digital marketer yourself, if you are a social media influencer yourself, or if you are a brand which is running an influencer marketing campaign, you ensure that you hire influencers who are directly associated with the industry that you're working in. And from a influencer's point of view, I would genuinely suggest you take up only projects from brands because you honestly believe in them. Yeah, not just for the fun. It reflects in your content a lot. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say I am constantly invited by brands which are in automobile industry, which are in technology, which are in management or marketing, digital marketing sphere itself, across these specific industries, to speak about these brands or write about these brands or engage in digital activities promoting these brands. The reason is because the content that I frequently share is with respect to these industries. Yeah. So the influencers, from influencers point of view, when I look at it, the followers that I have, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on any other Instagram or any social media platform, or including my own blog, the readers who are constantly engaging with my content are people who believe in these industries that I consistently keep talking about or sharing value add from time to time. So what happens is if I suddenly deviate just for the sake of making a quick buck or a quick name because some a reputed brand has approached, it definitely affects the way influencers are seen or perceived. In other words, if I compromise on my values or ethics in terms of working with a brand just because it's a big brand or just because I need to make some quick money, it genuinely deviates my focus from my topics that I usually discuss, and the followers that I have, the readers that I have on my blog or any of these social networking platforms, it becomes immediately visible to them. So it creates a very bad impression, and you might end up losing followers. And from a brand's point of view, it doesn't do any good to them. Yeah. So that is the first point. So take up only those projects. If you're a social media influencer or a digital marketing influencer, take up only those projects that you honestly believe in and that you understand how they work. Secondly, again, from a digital social media influencers point of view, I would honestly suggest to you strictly say no to working for few quick bucks or freebies. So there are a lot of brands which approach social media influencers nowadays saying that we won't pay you directly, but you can get XYZ product for free and stuff like that. Now, let's be very honest. If they genuinely value you, they need to compensate you for your time. And freebies are not a way to do that. Yeah. If they genuinely believe that you have that amazing reach, if you have the potential to be a spokesperson or a brand ambassador online for them, they need to compensate you for your skills, time, value, talent, whatever it is. So if your time is not worth their money, neither should your service be a requirement. Yeah. Then from their end. So unless let's say you believe in that brand and are truly desperately seeking to be a part of that associated with that brand, I would never suggest you to do anything for free, irrespective of how big a brand it is. Secondly, from a brand's point of view, please understand that nothing valuable ever comes for free. Yeah, so you pay peanuts, you get monkeys, as simple as that. So from a brand's point of view, if you are engaging or hiring social media influencers who are agreeing to work with you for free, 99% possibility is they are desperate, which means they are not going to do justice for your influencer marketing campaign. So at the end of the campaign, you might end up spending the time and resource, but you would still not get the expected results. So from both the cases, it will be a it's a negative impact that will have. So make sure that you don't, as a brand, ask social media influencers to work for free, because you're going to attract that kind of quality of talent. And from a social media influencers point of view, please do not ever agree to work for free, because that means they genuinely do not respect your skills or talent or your knowledge or expertise in that industry. Agree to work only with those industries that you truly understand, or it genuinely belittles the quality of your content and your work, and you end up losing out on your followers, like I was starting when I started to discuss about this particular topic. Now, once you have understood the kind of influencer marketing campaign that you are required to speak about or write about or discuss or showcase a video clip or a photograph or whatever it is you're expected to do from a brand's point of view, and as an influencer, make sure that you do your homework about the brand, the product and service. And I cannot stress this enough: under no circumstances should you end up promoting or writing about a brand or a product unless and until you have really experienced it, because it genuinely shows, when the readers are looking at it or reading at your content or looking at your video, they know that whether this person really understands what he or she is saying, or they're just saying or from a ready-made script or something of that sort. And from an influencer's point of view, it genuinely puts your content in a place, or puts your brand itself in a place where people will stop respecting you or trusting you as a brand. And from a brand's point of view, if you are engaging an influencer who has no clue of what your actual industry or product or brand stands for, the content, the way in which they'll present the content, the corporate communication tone will definitely go for a toss. So make sure you study the brand and product well, and take notes, pictures, videos, clips, whatever you can. Do extensive research about the brand, and that showcases the kind of quality of professional work that you will have. So give it your best at every single point of time, and it definitely reflects in your influencer marketing campaign. Now, once you are ready, once you are sure that you're part of that industry, you understand that brand, you understand the influencers and the reach, the kind of demographics that you want to reach, the brand expects you to reach. And once from a brand's point of view, you are clear of the kind of strategy that you're going to put in to create a kind of content marketing calendar for that particular campaign. Put those two things together. Spend proper time, about a week or 10 days, I would suggest, working together in sync with those influencers, making sure that all of you are on the same page. Yeah. And once the campaign goes live, make sure that you're sharing it across multiple social networking platforms from time to time. When I say multiple social networking platforms, I don't mean that you should be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blog, everywhere at the same time. Yeah, because certain types of industries appeal to only certain types of social networking platforms. So understand one or two platforms which will really reflect well for the brand, and reach out the right target consumers, and make sure you share those content across those platforms. Once you do that, once the campaign goes live, constantly at every single point of time, make sure you're measuring and tracking it, which means that you want to measure and track the results in real time. Now, when you're tracking the results in real time, the kind of stuff that you really require to measure to start off with would be the reach, yeah, the impressions. So the difference between impressions and reach here is, impressions is basically views, the number of times it has been viewed, and when I say reach, it means the unique users who are engaging with that brand. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say you're walking down the street and there are three people who are looking at a hoarding, a roadside hoarding or a banner. So the views would be 3, and the unique reach or the reach will be 3. Now let's say out of those 3 people, one person walks off, 2 people again look at the hoarding for the second time, which means now the total number of views become 5, but the unique user reach will still be only 3. Yeah, so that's how views and impressions work. You definitely need more number of views for a powerful branding campaign, but you also need a unique user reach also, which showcases actual number of individual users who have seen your content or engaged with your brand. Also measure stuff like what type of content or what image or what website link or what specific text from a point of view of a tweet or a Facebook post really engaged or created maximum conversations, because then you can use that type of language or tone for the rest of the part of the campaign. Now run a campaign, you can run a campaign for 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 5 days, 15 days, depends on what kind of results you are expecting. Which means when you are planning, at the planning stage of your influencer marketing campaign, you need to be very clear on what are your expected goals. Are you just looking out for views? Do you really want to reach out to unique users? Do you want them to talk about your brand? Do you want them to ask you queries about your brand? Do you want them to visit your website and share the content? So there are so many things that you can do when it comes to an influencer marketing campaign. So make sure your goals are very clear, and with respect to that goals, you can plan your content strategy. So here, let me give you another example. Let's say as a brand, I want users to come to my website, consume the content, maybe listen to a video, or listen to a podcast, or share some pictures or galleries from my website. So I need to ask the type of questions which will make it easier for the end users or the influencers to use that content in a genuine manner. Yeah. So another important thing is, whenever you're hiring influencers, whenever, irrespective of who the influencers are, once you have planned out and made sure that these are the right influencers, make sure their content which they are sharing is unique and original to their style. At the same time, while in sync with your corporate communication tone. Now, why that is important is because for things to go viral, for things to really pick up and have that kind of amazing, unbelievable reach, it is very important that each of these influencers who are engaging have their own unique style. Otherwise, it becomes too repetitive and it feels like it's a spam which is being pushed across multiple. Every user is saying the same thing and using the same words throughout. So that's never a good idea. So keep your style and tone unique if you're an influencer. And from a brand's point of view, it goes a long way to help you to reach an organic reach and have amazing brand conversations and engagement. Most importantly, when each influencer shares from his or her own unique style, others who are looking at it and want to join in the conversations also feel that it's not a sponsored or a something which is pushed on them, but rather a wonderful content which is live and they can engage with it at any point of time. So enjoy the process and keep upgrading your skills. Now, having said that, one more thing quickly I would like to share when it comes to influencer marketing is measure the reports at the end of the campaign also. So you know how you have grown in that process, and work with only those influencers who are able to follow through your guidelines at every single point of time. Corporate communication is very core when you're running an influencer marketing campaign. Your tone should be very much in sync with the kind of brand that you have, the content that is there in your website, and so there is complete uniformity irrespective of how many influencers you're hiring. And make sure, please spend some proper time in planning the right influencers and the right content for your influencer marketing campaign. When done right, you can have millions of views with millions and millions of unique user reach, engaging with your content for the right reasons at the right period of time. So each social networking platform, there are different days and different time periods when which social networking platforms work really well. So do your homework well, and definitely it will reflect in your social media influencer marketing campaign and help you achieve the digital marketing goal that you have using this campaign. It's a very powerful way when done using the right method and process. Feel free to reach me for any queries. You can download some case studies from TechDivine's website. It's techdivine.com, techdivine.com, from the About Us case studies section. You can also check out my book on social media marketing brand ROI. It's available on Amazon both as a paperback book and also as a Kindle book. You can always feel free to reach me for any queries that you have at ananthv.com. That's ANANTHV.com. And I hope you had a good value add when it saw this video, and with respect to influencer marketing and how you can quickly plan some nice steps to make sure you have an amazing success rate with your influencer marketing campaign. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great day.